Hello friends, welcome to our digital blogger. Today we're going to talk about something really different, something really crazy as well, but at the same time very important too. Our topic for today is what really happens if the stockbroker goes bust. If the stockbroker goes out of business, what happens to your money? What happens to your stocks? Can you get it back? Is there a way that you can keep a check on your stockbroker? Has there been any cases? Is there a body that regulates everything? What you can do to save yourself from such a concern? We'll talk about all of that in the video today. Let's get started. Before we move ahead, let's talk on some of the points where your stockbroker might already be looting you. First of all, they might be asking you to place trades which are not beneficial for you. But at the end of the day, it's going to generate brokerage for them. So even if you are not going to make any money out of your buys and sells, the stockbroker is going to make some brokerage out of it. They might ask you to concentrate on a particular segment, on a particular industry, on a particular stock, saying that it's coming from their research team, coming from the algorithms they are running, but in a way they are putting your money into risk with all of your eggs into the same basket. That's a big no when you trade in stock market. Next, they might be executing trades from your account without even using your consent. So there is something called power of attorney, which is generally ticked on by default when you are filling your account opening forms. But if you don't do it, if you don't uncheck it, they might be able to use your power of attorney at the time of opportunities. So this might make you money, but at the same time, it's your risk. They might lose out as well. But at the end of the day, it's your responsibility. They will only say that they have been using your power of attorney by your consent. Finally, they might get you confused with the exposures. So exposure basically is a concept where the stockbroker gives you a small loan on your trading account balance. In case you have 10,000 in your balance, some of the stockbrokers might offer you to trade up to 3 lakh rupees. However, there are always risks associated, so you must be very sure, you must be very cautious while using these exposure or leverage values. So these risks are already there when you are currently trading with your stockbroker. Make sure you are not getting looted with all these concerns hovering you around. Next up is the $1,000,000 question. What actually happens to your stocks and to your money when the stockbroker goes out of business, gets busted, or goes bankrupt? The answer is right here, nothing really. So your stocks are safe, your money is safe, they are super sound. Indian stock market is a very regulated market. They are being governed by a body called SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. SEBI scrutinizes all the stockbrokers that are registered with it to an extent that you can think of. All regular accounts, all regular audits are being done on the books and the statements of the stockbrokers to make sure if there is anything fancy that is being come up every year. People who do not comply, stockbrokers who do not go with the regulations put up by the SEBI are either suspended, or they are called defaulters, or they are even expelled from the stock market for ever doing business in the future. Here is one instance for you. There was a broker called Casa Finvest. In 2015, SEBI barred this broker to do any business whatsoever on the stock market over a claim of 38 crore worth of funds. Now this particular stockbroker cannot do any business, nor the executives of this particular stockbroker can work anywhere. At the same time, there are other regulations put up against this particular business. So you can see there is a notice here that is being generated on different exchanges by SEBI at the same time. So that's the kind of regulation we are talking about. Here are a few other examples for you to see what exactly SEBI does on every year for every kind of instance that is being caught. At the left, you see a list of expelled members from 2009 to 2015. All these stockbrokers have been expelled from SEBI. So none of the clients can actually go ahead and open an account with them simply because they are being moved out. Similarly, on the right side of the screen, you see defaulter members. There is a different sort of criteria for somebody who is called a defaulter. But all these stockbrokers were one day working with SEBI, but now they are out of the stock market. So every year, every specific time period, there is some sort of audit being done to see everything is in place. In case there is not, the warnings are being issued, and if the stockbroker doesn't still comply with the warnings, this is what happens to them. Let's see what exactly is being done to keep all these stockbrokers in place, in check. Now, first of all, in case some particular stockbroker goes out of business, goes bust, gets bankrupt, there is a way out. So retailers like you and me, the clients of these particular stockbroker, can file a claim at SEBI saying that that person has been looted out from that particular stockbroker, and you can actually claim as much as 15 lakh worth of compensation from a fund called IPF, or Investor Protection Fund. So this fund is basically set up by SEBI to make sure that whichever clients are struggling in such situations can get money up to 15 lakh rupees. There are some conditions to it. So in case you are raising the claim within a stipulated time period set up by SEBI after the bankruptcy, then you are eligible for all the compensation up to 15 lakh rupees. But in case you are not filing it within that timeline, but you are raising that complaint within 3 years of bankruptcy, the decision of that compensation lies with the IPF committee. And then finally, if you are raising the claim after the 3 years have gone ahead, you actually have lost the right of getting any money whatsoever. So in case unfortunately you do go through this particular phase, make sure that you are filing the claim against on SEBI within the stipulated time period set by them. Secondly, SEBI has put up a huge entrance cost. So in case you want to be a stockbroker registered with SEBI, you need to come up with a huge upfront money to be deposited as a refundable security. So although these are refundable charges, but at the same time you have to arrange a lot of money to actually enter into the industry. Secondly, as we discussed, there are a lot of financial disclosures that you need to make. For example, there's something called PAT, profit after taxes. This has to be disclosed on a yearly basis to SEBI, even if you are a private company. SEBI has the right to go into your financial books to actually check that number and verify it for you. Then a stockbroker, as we discussed, might be using your particular account and placing trades. This is absolutely illegal in case you have unchecked that option. So you actually can raise a case against the stockbroker if such practices are being seen. So that kind of scrutiny levels are in place when we talk about SEBI and its regulations. Now let's talk about some of the points you can consider, you can take care as a client to make sure that you are not being fooled, you are not being cheated from your stockbroker. First of all, make sure you check the membership license numbers of your stockbrokers with different exchanges. You can also confirm the same number on NSE and BSE websites. Let's talk about an example. This is Zeroda's website, zeroda.com. If you look at the footer, there is a number of BSE registration. So this is the BSE registration through SEBI of zeroda.com. But if you go to BSE's website as well, you can see, if you check out and search for Zeroda, this is the same registration number which is associated with Zeroda as the trading stockbroker. So that's the level of confirmation you can do if you want to verify your stockbroker on different exchanges and of course SEBI as well. Secondly, what you can do is make sure that you uncheck the point of using the power of attorney by default. By doing that, what you're telling the stockbroker is that power of attorney decision stays with you and they cannot place trades on your behalf. Also, even if you have done that, make sure to keep a close eye on whatever trades are being placed at your account. Finally, you can say no, you can say yes to different trading calls. It doesn't matter really that you are going to follow every trading call they are going to tell you. So at the same time, make sure they will come back to you and tell you go ahead and place a trade, but that doesn't mean it's going to be beneficial for you. That is definitely going to be beneficial for them as it's going to generate brokerage, but make sure you do some research and then place your trade accordingly. And finally, keep a close eye and check the number of and percentages of complaints raised against your stockbroker. This data is also available on SEBI's, BSE and NSE's websites. At the same time, on ourdigitalblogger.com, we have a regular check. We update the content, and in case there are concerns, we definitely display them in the disadvantages section of that particular stockbroker. So you can also check ourdigitalblogger.com to verify the review of a stockbroker and see what are the concerns and what are the positives of opening a demat and a trading account with that stockbroker. So this is it for the video. We have touched a lot of points. We have seen how your stockbroker might already be looting you, what happens to your money, what happens to your stocks in case your stockbroker goes out of business, how SEBI is keeping everything in check, and what kind of punishments we have seen in the recent past. And finally, what we have seen is how can you save yourself from getting cheated. Now this is up to you. You are the vigilant. You are the person who is going to make sure that you do not get cheated from your stockbroker anymore. However, in case you need some advice, in case you need some help in getting a demat and a trading account opened, what you can do is check out this link, ourdigitalblogger.com/free callback broker choice. Put in your details there and we will set up few callbacks for you. Every stockbroker we recommend is a completely safe one, is a completely registered stockbroker. Thank you so much for watching it. We hope you liked it. In case you did, please go ahead and press the thumbs up button. We'll really appreciate that. You can also subscribe to our channel, Our Digital Blogger, for similar videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching again. Bye-bye.